Well, hello, everyone. Good time zone to you. Welcome. It's the week ahead of the Strixhaven Arena Open, which is a sealed event. And accordingly, us aspirational limited players here, we're going to be practicing some more sealed Strixhaven. I put it to chat to a vote of best of one versus best of three. Best of one narrowly edged out best of three, so we're going to do that today. I'm going to do it in system here. This is not a great gem value. But tomorrow I think I'm going to try playing against chat in an ad hoc gauntlet style event. We'll see. Maybe we'll do best of three against a handful of chat players tomorrow and see how that goes. I'm having mixed success in this. I don't know how I'm going to do on Saturday. I think I'm going to set aside 3 or 4 bullets, 3 or 4 entries, and then that's it. If I don't make it in on those, I'm going to shrug and say, you don't make day 2 every time. It's okay. I don't want to be in a spot where I'm obsessively chasing after day 2 all day long until I'm pissy and making my family scared of my crankiness because I'm like obsessing over somehow making day 2. It's like you got to go in with reasonable expectations. It's hard to make day 2. If you look at, how often do you get to 7 wins or max wins? It's not that easy. So let yourself off the hook for not making day 2. Don't put your entire personal worth at stake in making day 2 or not. Take your shots. And really, I do recommend defining for yourself how many shots you're going to take before you even start. So you don't end up in a spot where you are chasing after day 2 and draining your gems and reaching into your wallet past the time that you should be doing such things. If you're going to be reaching into your wallet, though, I would reach into it for a shopping trip at my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. You're going to get a lot of value for what's in your wallet there. They have tons of supplies, sealed product, and singles for your tabletop Magic needs. Incredible inventory. If you sell your cardboard back to them, you can get a 30% store credit bonus, and then your store credit can be used on that incredible inventory, which is a big selling point. And they give some of the best buy prices in the industry, like on average the best, not just some of, just on average the best. You're going to find cards here and there that others are buying for more. But I have yet to see anybody just randomly come up with a lot of cards that Card Kingdom is not paying top dollar for compared to the rest of the field. So keep that in mind, especially if you're looking to participate in the circle of life of Magic, which is acquire cards, sell cards, acquire cards, sell cards, right? They're going to help you out with that and keep the expenses as down low as they can be on this game that can be quite expensive, but not around here where we play for free through careful manipulation of extra accounts and best practices with daily gold management. Here, we're going to hop into the deck view. That's right, Mother's Day coming up. Sorry, Mom, can't be with you today. It's day 2 of the Arena Open. Well, we got one more. Got a Doomblade. That's a nice removal. This is the exile a spell for a sweeper of variable size. Pestilent Cauldron. I recall this not being super impressive, but complicated. Let's see. Discard a card, create a black. You can tap it to discard a card and create a pest. You can. Each opponent mills to life gain, and then, yeah, it's so clunky, right? Pestilent Cauldron is clunky as all get out. And then Restorative Burst is just like get a couple things back, right? I mean, and then each player, it's not even, why does it have to be even? Yeah, it might be better in sealed because of its clunkiness, but it seems like maybe I'd run it in if I'm playing both black and green, but I don't love this card. I mean, Restorative Burst is okay, but it's nothing to write home about. Yeah, it's a 2-for-1, but I guess in sealed it's going to be a lot better. Get a couple creatures back. Yeah, let's look at the Titan 2 that was coming. I know this is requires a lot of setup to function, but if you can get it going, pretty crazy. fire off some 7 mana, 8 mana spells for free. That sounds nice. But oh, this one, yeah. Oh, I don't think this is unplayable. Might be pretty unplayable and sealed. It's definitely kind of a build around, but there's stuff going on in the set that's going to reward you for playing this, especially in these 2 colors, which is why it's the hybrid cost that it is. Yeah, so I think if you build around it right, it can be a centerpiece, but if you don't build around it, what is it even doing, right? And then Scroll Wielder, let's check this one out. Looks like we've got some good potential lore hold. Like, this one's fine, right? Instant storage spells have lifelink at the beginning. Exile, yeah. Now you have to pay the costs, right? This doesn't let you cast stuff for free. But basically getting you extra spells every turn seems really nice, right? So we'll see about wielding some scrolls. The randomness is a consideration. You know, you get a random spell. So like, if you got your Draconic Intervention, well, do you actually want to cast it? I don't know. But I think, so it's got that going, but looks pretty powerful. Now let's see what that missing 7th rare is. This, it's another black-greener. Okay, this one is better. The Dean of the Root is quite good. The Black Dean, the Dean of the Vein, less so, but Dean of the Root, if you're doing any kind of life gain, is pretty excellent. So I got a couple of pulls actually to green-black here. We don't know if this is actually runnable yet, but seems like we're getting pulled to Lorehold on the strength of the Scroll Wielder or green-black. Let's go take a look at the rest of this pool. And I'm going to look at the uncommons next. Defiant Strike, whatever. Gambit, whatever. Symbology, obviously great. Gambit, actually better in sealed, but it's still kind of whatever. Dueling Coach, whatever. Test of Talents, quite playable. A little bit worse than Negate, but not much in this set. And the search function is gravy. Doesn't matter too much. Mentor's Guidance, playable if you've got the density of the magic wielders. An Eliminate to go along with the Doomblade. So a lot of black removal, good black removal out of the lesson plan. Academic Dispute for Learn is good. Ingenious Inspiration, one of my, this card is so bonkers. Like, you just want Learn anyway. Like, I'm doing things like gain some life and learn, right? How about deal 3 damage and learn? It's so good. Master Symmetrist for Titan. I missed that one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Make it. Although the Titan is not squared, is it? Yeah, Titan's 11-10, so it doesn't actually do that thing. Bookworm, though, that's exciting to see. That's one we were gonna like. I'm Return Pass Caller is a Lorehold pull, though, so there's some Lorehold pull and a lot of black-green pull that I'm seeing. 10 to the Pests. 10 to the Pests is kind of the combo card with the Titan. Sacrifice your 11-10. Ether Helix, fine. All right, so that's our uncommons. Now, I want to look at common land. See what we're doing on campus front. So we've got a Lorehold campus. So that's a little pull to the Lorehold, nothing for green-black. And now let's take a look at our depth color by color. So white gives us some solid cards. Combat Professor is good. Pilgrim is good. Expel is good. A couple of study breaks to learn, and an Inkling Summoning is one of the better summonings. And yeah, this is all whatever stuff down here, though. Blue. Pretty weak blue. Fractal Summoning out of the board is nice. Eureka Moment is good if we were in Quandrix. And Triple Pledge Mage could be a reason that you want to pair all this stuff up. Like the Quandrix leaps out at me here, really. Vortex Runner is fine. Nothing. Curate is okay. Pledge Mage okay. Element. This is a great summoning. Love this. But Triple Pledge Mage and double Needlethorn Drake, and double Eureka Moment do suggest that we should at least take a look at that. Maybe Splash Blue. Triple Pledge Mage could just run that in the Witherbloom shell, and then splash some Eureka Moments. If we didn't, we got to see what our. Actually, I'm going to jump to lessons and see if we have the big one. Now, we did not end up with the environmental sciences, so although we do have a letter of acceptance, I just wanted to check in on that. What do we got in black? Hunt for Specimens, good learning. Leech Fanatic is playable. Crushing Disappointment is solid in sealed, as we found yesterday. Spectre of the Fens, quite playable. Pest Summoning and Cram Session, this is all good. Pledge Mages, yeah, this is fine. The black higher rarity is a little better than our low rarity black, but there's some support here. And then with red, what do we add on? Really not much at all. Pillar Drop is great. First of Day is playable, but not great. Red really fell off there. Let's see what green gives us. Field Trip, nice. Wow, not much green at all. Everything in green here at common is gold. So we've already kind of seen our green. Professor of Zoomancy and Field Trip is interesting though. Feels like it, right, Hat? There's some cards that point to Lorehold, but I'm gonna build us a Witherbloom, and we'll take a look at whether we want to add a white splash. Splashing seems rough here, though. We just did not get the tools to splash. Let's see what it looks like, though. Let's start with a base green-black colorless build, and see if we have the playables, right? Yes, 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 no, yeah, yeah. That stays in the board. I'm going to leave this out for now. I'm hoping not to play it. But I'll play that, play that, play that. 2-3 Vigilance is just on the edge of good enough without the life length. Sometimes you get to 25, but not usually. But we'll play a 2-3 Vigilance. Both the Professors, Bookworm. Here's our Campus to possibly splash. Might just want it for the, as Luis said, you're going to play a half-color Campus just for the Scry in this format. You want one of these Scry lands, specifically in sealed. These Pledge Mages are tough to cast here, but we're going to grab them. Yeah, and Restorative Burst, Pestilent Cauldron. I guess I take it and consider, running it, or I guess we run it, but I do not love it. Titan with the summoning and the learning, I think we can give a try to. Pledge Mages, these. Well, so that's 40. I mean, and we can play some like a letter or a Campus Guide. Campus Guide is somewhat fixing. Oh yeah, thank you. That should go in there. Got a couple of those. That's nice. So let's see what that does for us. Yeah, there's not a lot of removal anywhere in this pool, honestly, so you do what you must. So let's see. How much are we actually pesting? I mean, if we're doing this combo, great, but we have, let's see, let's look at our... Only 3 learnings in this color pair. Well, Titan is getting, let's see, how many things create spare parts for a Titan? We've got the professors, we've got, this kind of does that thing. Hunt for specimens, creates one, it gets one. Basically, any of the learning does that as well. Tend the pests can certainly get some fodder. I kind of want to try this if we're gonna play the. I get that it's not the greatest even in this deck, but it doesn't force you to like sacrifice on upkeep or anything. It's optional, so you can kind of put it out there, and it starts to become on the ground like you can't attack, or I get to choose to trade any of my creatures for yours. Yeah, I hear you. I kind of just want to try it anyway, doing some science ahead of the main event, you know. Moldering Karak called out as underwhelming. It is. It's true. We can cut at least one of them. At least one, maybe both. We are doing some life gain stuff, but it doesn't make these good. Yeah, we do have boots. So what if we cut that, bring this back over. Yeah, I guess we'll play this Cauldron. I am pretty underwhelmed, though. I think we can cut Letter of Acceptance. We're not trying to splash. So here's a deck, and then we also have the boots. Yeah, we could put boots on the Titan, and I've seen worse game plans. All these Cogwork Archivists. All right, well, we'll do some multiple science. You can see how bad the Titan is and how good the Cauldron is. A lot of tough mana at 3 here between the Pledge Mage, the 4 Pledge Mages, but we're going to give it a shot. See you, Brian. Well, a lot of us don't know about the Titan. A lot of us don't know about this Cauldron. We'll do some science today. Not sure that this is... either of these is for certain correct to play, but as rares, I'm interested in seeing how they perform with reasonable support. There's not no support here. I need one more cut, though. We're up best of 1. You could make a 16 land argument in the face of like the field trip as kind of a 17th, but I think we want 17 here with the Bookworm, so I don't want to get greedy on that front. We are looking at 15-9. We can kind of cut anything we want. And it would be okay in terms of which, you know, what to cut. Boots was the last ad. We could simply just cut the boots, but we do have a lot of ground beef. This is the type, and not a lot of reach, not a lot of flying defense. We've got ourselves a Spectre, nothing else flying. So actually, I'd kind of like a boots in this deck because it's a way to manage flying in a long game without a lot of removal. So, yeah, I kind of like that idea. Let's cut the Pledge Mage. I like these Pledge Mages a lot better. This is hard to cast and not doing all that much. That's a good call. Let's do that. And then a lot of heavy black early on. Like, black is our early need. But then we've got this double green Pledge Mage, so we still need heavy green anyway. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna go 9 black, 8 green though. See if there's any. Oops. Any bling redemptions? No. All right, so 8 and 8 on those. And again, I'm playing an off-color campus for the Scry ability, and I'm gonna figure out what I just accidentally cut. Bookworm. Just for you, Tron, and because it's fast. I'm just thinking like Dumbo. You can fly. You can fly. Like that's our goal. Our goal for this event is to put boots on the Demogoth Titan and fly over, sacrificing a pest token for 11. Oh yeah, it's Peter Pan. I guess it's more that you can fly. That's where that song is from. Mixing up my Disney movies. And look, even it's a freebie from Mama too. All right, well, let's call this a deck. Yeah, it's true, Fenor. I didn't even look at Lorehold, but let's give this a try. And if if it falls flat, if we get pick up a couple losses quickly, we'll take a look at Lorehold. I believe Honor Troll is better than the 3/1 Pledge Mage. If we're looking to kind of try and go long, I think it is. It's easier to cast, very much easier. That's helps it a lot. All right, you tell me how we're gonna do here. Yeah, Lorehold had some strong white and weak red, it looked like, but it's probably a buildable deck there that we can look at. Yeah. Well, we got the combo. Let's do it. Will we untap? No! Are you kidding me? Come on! Come the F on. Oh my God. Come on! I don't ask for much, Magic Gods. Oh, that's the most brutal thing that's happened to me in my whole life. My whole life! Boo! Now I gotta beat him anyway. But Cram Session will get us a pest generator that can give us some Titan attacks. Ugh. Wow, we're just getting our hand worked over by this Oppo. God damn. Kilogram. I mean, it's just brutal. It's brutal. We could play this Cauldron and I could hate myself. I guess it makes pests or whatever. Ugh, no. I'm going to wait and do the restorative burst side, I think. We'll Cram Session it up here, get in for 2 here, and then Cram Session. Duress is totally playable in Sealed, by the way. I'm getting all cranky, but just because I got hit by a reasonable card to play in this format, but ugh. Gonna go ahead and get the Pest Summoning. We could get Necrotic Fumes, but, you know, like, we're trying the Titan. Let's try and make it work, okay? CBL is open and in focus now. Let's see if that helps it. Well, they don't know about our Doomblade. That's nice. I'm going to send in the Leech Fanatic. Maybe they'll trade to try and make a big flyer, and then we just get the big flyer too. No such luck. I'm going to go ahead and make the Pests here. Splash Mana now online. I mean, if nothing changes and they keep not blocking, we win with a life differential of 1. We attack for 2 and gain 2, and they attack for 3. All right, so now they've changed the board. Well, I'm just going to play the boots and equip them and threaten a block on the flyer, which is, again, why I wanted to include the boots. We just don't have a lot. We have, like, basically no flying in the deck, and boots allows us to defend the air without using premium removal on flyers. Hat with some value tips for non-North Americans. Thanks, Hat. So they're offering, we're not going to take, because I do want to try to use these for the Titan eventually, although they're probably just saving removal for this. We'll see. I still have not recovered from my loss of 10 the Pests, although maybe we just lose this game on 3 lands and it was never going to come to be anyway. Oh, Bookworm, welcome. Yo, we were just thinking we needed you. That was the plan. Crushing disappointment indeed. Well, Hold up Doomblade or play Cauldron? I suppose I can start discarding stuff to make pests, but that doesn't seem great. I don't like this card at all. I hate this card in my deck. Look at what it's bleh, bleh. Get it and loot? Get what? Oh yeah, I guess get in and loot. Yeah, sure. We can we could do that. Let's do that. We better, huh? I was just thinking about this as flying defense, but you're right. Let's attack with the flyer, and then we can move it if we miss anyway. You're not gonna block, are you? Yeah, we got a great discard target here, right? It's even got an ability to get it back later, so really a perfect loot card. What do you think that block is about? That's just such a... They really don't want me to fix my mana? I don't know. I'll take this, though. Let's see what... Guess they really don't want me to fix my mana. Well, I'm fine with that. You go ahead and keep me off my mana. Not worth blocking here, though. Ah, that explains it entirely. It didn't seem right to me. Nobody's just doing that to stop us from a card. So now we have the full explanation of what Oppo was up to. And cannot loot anymore because now they actually have a flyer blocker. And we're about to get Rebound. Like, can I just quit streaming for the day? This is such a tilty matchup already. Like, I don't even want to play Magic right now. It's like, what a... Well, it's not useless. We could sack this. Probably want to even maybe want a Crushing Disappoint here, although they probably don't choose this, huh? I guess we're gonna Crushing Disappoint, and we don't need to. We don't have a land to play this turn. We've already played a land, so I'm gonna pass. They can't lock us off Doomblade? Well, if we want to cast it in response, is that what you mean? Or they just make it... You're saying they make it 4 mana and it's still castable. I see what you're saying, yes. I am going to disappoint here before they can make it expensive. This sucks though. We're just getting outvalued at every turn from, like, turn 1 onward has been a kick in the nuts every turn, basically. Like, here. Now here's a gut punch. Now we're going to slap you in the face. Now we're going to poke you in the eyes. Now I'm going to... What's that on your shirt? Bonk. Cauldron gives me heartburn. I'm cutting this card. F this card. This gives me blockers. We could trade for the Pilgrim, but the Flying Pest holds off the Spellbinder next turn, so I'm just going to take this. Sure, let's just throw that thing down to cap off the nightmare that is this game. I mean, this is stupid. Now I think we are kind of on play Titan, see how they want to attack, because if they attack, we can choose to block on the ground and sack the pest, or block in the air and the ground, and then sack the pest. Field Trip, though, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gets us to 7 next turn, which is not Bookworm mana. It's also not really 2 spell. Yeah, we could if we look at our lessons, I wish they would just filter the lessons to the front. I mean, come on, you know that's what we're here for. We got the flying one. The fumes could help. But I don't know what we like. There's just so much recovery to do here. I just don't feel like we have the time to recover. But we probably just need Titan now so that we can threaten some blocks. And then next turn we can Field Trip and set up Bookworm after. I don't know. This is all bad. It's all bad. Tron wants to save my mental health. Nah, it's all right. I'll settle down and be a little less salty here. It's just Oppo doing good things with their good spells, so suck it up, Spain. Yeah, definitely done for now, though. I'm not playing. It's hard not to curse right now, though, about that useless cauldron. Like, get the crap out of my deck. Goodbye. Go away. Go away, go away. Do not want. Will not play. That was awful. That was awful. It was never even close to being anything I wanted to cast ever. Yeah, I could bring in my own duress. It was saying it's totally playable. We can see why. I'd rather do that for sure. Duress would have been good. Duress would have been actually good. And Cauldron was not. I still, I as tilty as I'm being about the Cauldron, I'm not quite there yet on the Titan. I think the Titan had some play. Just didn't, we got stuck on land for one thing, and we got hit by a freaking Duress that wiped out our sweet combo. So I'm going to stick with the Titan until I get extra mad at it too, and then we'll cut it and try the Lorehold build. But I'm going to just make that one swap and we'll try again. No, I said if I lose twice, I will switch to Lorehold, but I'm going to give this... the thing that we decided was our main build, I'm going to give at least 2 losses before I bail on it. I think Titan would actually be too good if it had Trample. That's just becomes really tough to stop. Like, giving your opponent a chance off of chumping seems fair with that card. Now, we have the Dean. We could do it on 1. I've never really played the Dean side of this, though. I'd rather just play the Zephyr Boots on 1 and have Eliminate on 2, and then try to get Dean of the Root going. We need another green, though, to get both the Dean of the Root and the Pledge Mage going. Oppo going first, though, so let's keep, and at least maybe we'll just draw a forest and it'll all become clear. Not so much. So, do we drop the 1/1 Menace lifelink? Just because I mean, I've never done it before, but I've never had a chance to it before. We do have a Zephyr Boots. Let's give it a shot. If we had a second forest, I think I might be a little greedier on the green side. But we don't have the second forest, so I'm going to get something going. Let's try. This is not a bad card on turn 1. You just eliminate that. And it uses our mana. We can eliminate, and the next turn, if we don't find green, we can Zephyr Boots equip. Not sure we need to eliminate this. We can start by an attack. We've got the Menace anyway. This is an instant. We can pass. I'm going to take 1 if they attack and see if we come up with a better eliminate target before we untap. Also might affect their own ETBs, right? Yeah, I think Leech Fanatic is a better kill here than the Proctor if we don't think we're going to have to... Like, this isn't a problem for us. Nothing we're really doing is ETBing. Certainly not in our hand, maybe in our deck that I'm not thinking about. But I'm going to... yeah, we could also... Yeah, that's fine, too. We could wait. The thing is, again, we do not have green yet. So waiting to get a counter on the Pledge Mage is a little bit tough because we don't have that mana yet. So I'm going to go ahead and use my mana. Although, yeah, we don't have a lot of great removal, but this also is doesn't scale well. Like... So if this could scale up, if this was a Doom Blade or something, then I'd be more into saving it. But I think we should go ahead and make that kill. Hey, there we go. Let's pitch the swamp here and keep the forest. Could have kept both lands, given that we have a 5-drop, but I expect, you know, you expect to eventually draw some mana. Well, they spent 4 mana to kill our 1-drop. That can't be too bad for us. Oh yeah, the Goff is an additional cost, not an ETB, but good thought. Yeah, let's go Pledge Mage here and look to disappoint, or maybe, I don't know if we have any 1-mana spells. Oh, we have Duress. Like, if we drew Duress next turn, we could Pledge Mage Duress and double Pledge Mage activation. That'd be cool, but I'm going to go with just the one now. Draw a land next turn. We could also equip Boots and Pledge Mage, although we draw a land next turn, probably just doing this Pledge Mage. Wizards turning commons into rares since 2015. I'm kind of making up that date, but there's definitely been a trend of Wizards taking common style cards and figuring out how to just rare them up enough to make them rare. All right, didn't find a land, but found a castable creature that maxes our mana. Could also go for Crushing Disappointment to get this bigger, can attack through the 2/1, and helps us find a land drop. I think I like the Crushing Disappointment here. Didn't find the land, unfortunately, but we do have the attack cleanly as observed. Never seen this card do much. I mean, I can conceive of it winning games with the activated ability, right? Exile a couple of cards and fly over with some fatties for the win. I've just never seen it do that. Here, we can 2-spell it with Pledge Mage and Fanatic, or 1-spell it with this Pledge Mage. We could play this Pledge Mage, hold up Tend as an instant, but they're not showing removal here. Well, not that we see yet. Certainly we could start with an attack. They don't have blocks. The question, if we're going to cast a spell this turn, though, I should do it now, but this is the only one we have, and we're not going to cast that proactively, so we can attack. I guess the only question is equipping Boots, which we're not going to do yet either, so attack. I don't like Equip and Pledge Mage. I don't like Equip when we have all this action in hand that I'd like to get to the board. Yeah, getting wide makes a lot of sense, right? And then also getting this other Pledge Mage down ASAP so that we can start spelling it upwards. I like that. Let's follow the hat plan here. Yeah, I can't do Pledge and Pest because of the green requirements anyway. So Oppo is pausing. Oh, interesting. Mana Tithe. Okay. I've had worse Mana Tithes. I thought the exile from your graveyard, give flying was explaining the pauses, so I wasn't playing around the pause. But Mana Tithe getting your 2-drop is kind of your best case scenario. If we'd gone for the Pledge Mage, it would have gotten a 5-drop, for example. It is a really really good format for Mana Tithe, though. There's lots of X spells where people are tapping out to fill up X. There's lots of 7 and 8 drops that people are trying to cast. I mean, picking off a 8 drop with Mana Tithe, beauty. Here we can Duress and Symmetrist, so let's do that. Start by seeing what they got in their hand. Brian likes the Duress next turn. I just like Symmetrist Duress this turn. This will give these trample even if they have some blocking they think they want to do. They're shatter pausing here, so maybe we're going to get something good. Or they're thinking, huh, do I have to, I guess I have to run this out. Yep, I guess I have to run this out. Yeah, but like by doing this sequence, well, we didn't know they were going to produce this 3/5 that now affects our blocks. But assuming they didn't have this play and they had a 1/2 and a 2/1, we get both of these big enough to attack through these with trample. That was totally worth it to increase them and give them trample, but now we do have a spot where it's not as obvious. If we send in this Pledge Mage, it gets eaten. This one just gets straight blocked. So we have been thwarted in our big plan, but I'm going to drop the Symmetrist, and we'll set up to get him pretty good next turn. This is not... This land and these 3 creatures are no match for what's coming up, so let's see if they can draw out of this. Yeah, that's not going to do it. And Oppo knows it. Well, a tale of 2 games. First game, Oppo had everything and rolled us start to finish. This game, we had everything and rolled them start to finish. Maybe that's the nature of the format? Is it snowball-y? Are we just kind of... Is that the experience? That's what I felt like about like War of the Spark, that... Whoever got rolling first won the game. But that doesn't seem like what's going on here. I have plenty of stabilization comebacks in this format. I don't know. I just don't understand how I'm doing in the format. But what format isn't play a card every turn and win most games? I mean, that's not what I said though, right? This looks good. Maybe we'll eliminate before we Pledge Mage, but ideally we Pledge Mage ahead of this eliminate. Eliminate the negative. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. They can get us for a turn with that, or 2. I'm gonna try growing a Pledge Mages here. Next turn might just go with Spectre. We'll see what we draw. If we draw a Swamp, especially, I will go with Spectre, because then we have Pledge Mage eliminate. Oh, we don't even need a Swamp. Any land and I'll just Pledge Mage eliminate on 5 after Spectring on 4. So we did get our 5th land for that plan. I'm gonna go ahead and send in before anything, since my plan is to not do anything to grow the Pledge Mage this turn anyway. Tuesday's been bluffing the Lash with full control. Nice. All right. Let's see what Cot's Face is gonna learn. Got an Inkling. All right. We're going to Spectre it up as planned. Well, that's a bit of a tell, sending into my 2-3. We're going to decline. I'll make that block when I've gotten an Eliminate up, which maybe we'll do next turn.
Oh, you guys made me eat.
Well, suggested that they had something for the Spectre on the block before. Maybe it's that, but we're going to put them to the test because now I've got Eliminate up. If they want to block, here's the thing. I could send the Pledge Mage knowing we have Eliminate, and I could eliminate the General if they block with the Quandrix, if they block the Quandrix. It sure feels like Make Your Mark, right? So why don't we send in, and then we'll eliminate to blow that out. There's a lot of things we can do here to blow out that. Oh, and they're not even doing it. Okay. Well, I'm not going to eliminate. I know I could get an extra counter on the Pledge Mage, but I still think they're up to something, and I like having the Eliminate to answer. So I kind of like blocking Pledge Mage on Blood Age, and then we have Eliminate to grow the Pledge Mage. And I also think they have something that they're going to play anyway. So I'm going to do this. There is some risk involved here. They've got open mana too, but I'm going to take this risk. All right. So the risk is now on us. I was really hoping that this block would prompt Oppo to do something we could respond to. They didn't. So now if we just let this pass, these trade, and I'm not willing to do that, so I'm going to risk somewhat. There's blowout risk here, but we should eliminate the Inkling successfully. So let's see if we can just do that. And maybe this works out for a 2-for-1. We'll see. But I don't feel it. I feel like they're going to do something to at least make this a trade. Ah, there you go. Okay. Well, we still grow, so they need to do something else. And the study. All right, this is all fine. I can't worry about who's ahead in a race at 16 versus 16 with 3 cards and 4 cards and everything. It just doesn't feel like the race situation is that relevant at this point. And just going to go Pledge Mage now. Maybe we draw a 3-drop next turn to go Honor Troll Plus. I can stay back to block here, but again, we are doing okay in the race. If they go for a summoning here, our 5/5 wins on the ground. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we are representing lethal, but if we swing in, they do have a block on the Pledge Mage to prevent it. But I like just Hunt for Specimens here, making this a trade, and then we have a like rating where you like activate, but I kind of like Honor Troll Hunt And then, well, Honor Troll we don't need to do since we're not really... Oh, we're going to gain some life. So we also can learn. If we were to learn, can we get something we want to cast here? Inkling Summoning could be cast. Oh, that's interesting. Actually, we go hunt and cast Summoning. Oh, we can't cast Summoning, though. Interesting. So what can we cast? I know I'm running out of time here, but I want to see... Can't cast Summoning. Oh, we cast Pest Summoning, though, right? Let's do that. So I'm going to do that. Could get Fractal Summoning as well, but Pest Summoning we can play right now. We get all these blockers, and now we can... Now they have a forced chump. So this seems fine, right? Maybe I could have won this turn. I had to go fast because of the 0 hourglasses, but we did have what is it? Maybe I could have just won this turn with the necrotic fumes, right? Just exile the one blocker. I think I could have just won that turn. So we won, but I think I just gave him an extra draw step. But you know, we were at 0 hourglasses. I had to move. Yeah, right. Only 2 black sources. That's right. Good call. Thanks. That's what. But if I had the mana, it would have been lethal to do it that way. All right. Well, that was. Well, we got there. We got there. Yeah, Bookworm's here a little bit early, but the rest of the hand looks nice. We'll keep this. Just need to touch a land to turn the rest of this hand on. Probably go Leech on 2 for Honor on 3 if we can find another land before then. There we go. That thing's all right, but speaking of rare commons, right? This is what I mean. There are a lot of low rarity type rules text on rare cards these days, but just enough to make going on to make it rare, right? No blocks. Wow, if that's what they're doing with their third turn, I'm happy with that. What else you got? Nothing? We even found a forest, so we could go Pledge Mage if we want. Pledge Mage now sets us up for possible Hunt Doomblade next turn, but we lose some Troll action. Really interesting spot. Both of these have really good reasons to want to get out early. We get this out now. We're doing life gain right now. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get extra life and close in on even making this a 4/4. Yeah, it's true. If they have a shock, although if they have a shock, they're gonna pick off the Leech Fanatic. I'm gonna go Pledge Mage though. Hunt Doom on 4 with Pledge Mage in play seems excellent. And I hope they go for a double pump here. Do it. Double pump. No? All right. Yeah, Vortex Runner is worth a blade, although we could even... let's Duress here. We can save the Hunt. Might even go Duress Honor Troll, depending. Let's see. But... Oh, hello, multiple choice. Probably just have to take multiple choice. Some other good stuff here, but multiple choice. Bye-bye. Multiple choice is too much of a bomb. Everything else, these are good, but these are 1-for-1s. Multiple choice is 2-for-1 plus. And now I think I like Send Pledge Mage and Honor Troll, actually. Well, because we are just setting up this to have a target now. So I'm going to go with Pledge Mage only. It's power, right? Yeah, power. So I'm going to keep my creatures below 4 for right now. Another Pledge Mage. And we've got a Doomblade available. They might be threatening to block and trade for the Pledge Mage. Is this an instant? Yeah, it's an instant. So I like, well, if they defend the book, yeah, they're going to defend one of the Pledge Mages for sure. It's just a matter of when and what's going to happen on the way. I'm going to send this, and see how they want to block. No, the leech, I don't want to send the leech to be blocked by the runner and force my hand on that whole thing. That was my thinking on not sending the leech. I just didn't want the runner on the leech forcing an awkward block. And now this is good though. See, we get him to make this pump. And now we Doomblade the Celebrant, and at least they can't kill it. They need to spend their next turn killing it somehow, and that's fine. We trade. You want to trade this naturally? I want to get them. Yeah, we could trade it. We could just do Vortex Runner and trade those. That's true. But if we do that, we might as well just wait. Just let that happen. I mean, Doomblade the 2/3, but it doesn't change anything. Radiantware likes my line, which is blowing this up to force the issue on campus. I'm gonna let this trade happen. And I can even do this now. And I want to I'll get more pest summoning. Again, I'm running out of clock. I don't have clock here, so I'm hurting myself with timer stuff, sorry. Well, I don't really care about this 3/4, but I care about a Maelstrom Muse. That's going to be annoying, so we're probably going to blow that up. All the Pledge Mages. Not much to do, though, here. There's one reason people wanted the Vortex Runner dead. It's actually a good blocker against our team right now. More pledges. Next turn we pest summoning plus maybe something else we draw. Who knows? Scrying to the top. Uh-oh. Probably drawing out a Pigment Storm on one. We'll grow the other one to draw out the Defend, and then Bookworm hopefully takes over at that point. I have not been impressed with this card at all, but, you know, scrying every turn in a stalled game could be worse, you know? Well, 7 mana says all our draws are good now, because either we're casting our Bookworm or getting action, but nothing to do really here. So effectively, Oppo's drawing cards here, you know? I mean, this is really giving him a big advantage, as we are top decking naturally and they are binning stuff to the bottom, and effectively it kind of like drawing extra cards if you're getting useless cards out of the way, bottoming lands that you don't need, that kind of thing. Certainly good value there too. Draw 4, discard 1, so +3 on cards there. They discarded Resculpt. All right, Eliminate is solid. We can get rid of the Vortex Runner. It doesn't help us with the Seer, but we can send in the Pledge Mage, and of course they have Defend the Campus to pick it off, which is the problem. But I'm going to give them a chance. I guess we just send in, and we're going to eliminate like the Vortex Runner or the Spectacle Mage anyway. Probably the Vortex Runner is the more of a concern, although them getting cheap big cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they could cast, well, just about anything. I mean, I feel like this one's slipping away a little bit. The value engine of Prismari getting up into the 7-8 range is going to be really tough. But we can wait. There's no, I guess, like I could attack and we'd be forced into making this a 4-4 and then they would campus it. But we can eliminate on their turn and then they have to campus on their turn. We basically strand some of their mana to wait. So that's what I'm going to do. Could do it during upkeep though. But we might want to keep this a 3-3 during combat. So I'm actually going to wait. I want this as represent a 3-3 during combat here. Looks like it's not going to matter because they found the 8th land to make the Vortex Runner unblockable. So we're definitely going to be... Oh, they're not going for not attacking with it. Interesting. I guess they want it on D. Am I supposed to pick off the flyer instead? Well, I can't kill it, so... I mean, I can't... I think we still want the Vortex Runner rather than the Mage, despite their not attacking with it, so... Gonna take this. Oh, that's interesting. They're just really getting the value train going. Can't eliminate that anyway, so I am going to eliminate the Vortex Runner. What are they going to get? Too much value. We're losing this one, gang, with that. Either they're going to get their card draw back, and we're just going to be buried in card advantage. So I don't think we're winning this one after that play. Well, we don't even know we're casting the worm yet. We don't have 8 mana. And if we find 8th mana, well, we found an 8th mana, can't cast it anyway. So there you go. Worst draw in our deck, maybe? Yeah, we're going to send the Pledge Mage for sure. They're not going to block it because they're going to untap and kill it. But we're going to lose to Practical Research number 2. Like, we just can't beat this much card advantage. There's no way. Do I care about that? Not too much. I mean, it means they're gonna campus the Bookworm, but we'll still gain the life and draw the card, and then we can put it back, so it's all right. What's not all right is 6 power in the air. I don't know why they're not sending this Spectacle Mage. I guess maybe they don't want to die on the crackback or something, but I mean, if they attack with the Spectacle Mage, we're on a 1-turn clock. We're staring at lethal next turn. Now, maybe they don't know about the Bookworm, but like if I'm Oppo, I don't know why. I'm absolutely pressuring up top there. And now the land is pretty darn useless. I'm gonna play it anyway. I think we're still just straight dead because they can fly the other expression. They can fly their 4/4 and we're done for. So I guess I send Leech Fanatic to get out of lethal range. I guess we're at 11, so we're barely out of it. And I'll send one pest as well. This is all just wheel spinning. This is all desperately clinging to the side of the cliff as the villain of the piece steps on our fingers. Yeah, they're giving us a chance, I suppose. I don't feel like it's a great one, but a chance. It's like so little of a chance I don't even want to run the meme. I just feel like this is not going to work out. But I can't quite bring myself to scoop. Hey, Double D's, welcome back. How you doing? I suppose I can give you a mostly.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Does Spectre keep us alive? Probably not. And we know they're going to kill the worm, so I'm going to send it, and maybe they'll block again and give us some life. Everything flies that we're worried about anyway. Chaos warping us. Got one-time dealer, punish him with something. Not bad. They just kill that too now. Chaos Warp is risky, but I mean, it's likely, most likely, if you save it for something really good, at the very least it's going to downgrade the thing. Could be, you know, at the very least it's significant downgrade. And this is where we are in super deep trouble. They're gonna, if they cast the sorcery, they can make the pass caller come back as a 4/4. So there's that. But this is all we got, right? Just block here, see? Yeah, they're just giving us chances, but it's not going to matter. We are done for, as expected long ago. CBL apparently does not work with sealed. Outvalued. Big time. Big time outvalued there. All right, we said on 2 losses we'd take a look at a Lorehold build. Oh, I don't even think about doing that anymore, Brian. There is no useful information on top of my library whatsoever. There is no useful information, so why look? I mean, if you're looking for that result, I suppose you can do worse than looking at the top of your deck. We'll play Divine Gambit in Sealed. And Controlly is presumably Controlly Sealed. I don't want to play the Stonerise Spirit and Defiant Strike if I can help it. We'll play Expel. Pilgrim, yes. Study Breaks are good. Professor, sure. Coach, probably, but not exciting. Dispute, yeah, maybe. Maybe that. Maybe that. Maybe that. Definitely that. Definitely that. And board. Yes, that was one of the reasons. Yeah. Oh. Probably need one of those in here. Make your marks. Definitely playing the campus. Pass caller is a reason to be. Yeah, I might have to do Silver Quill and or Prismari Pledge Mages here to fill it out. Deck doesn't feel particularly, this build doesn't feel a lot better to me per se. I think we would want Silver Quill. Before the other one. I'm looking at the campus guide. I like this better when you're 3 color, but we might need it just for curve fill if we're gonna do this build. This is a little too tough to cast on, you know, red on 2, and what recursion are we talking about? The pass caller? Yeah, the best thing we've got for the pass caller is like gambiting them again after they're already empty-handed, or really inspiration. Swim Down likes the Stonerise Spirit for flying late. I'm going to let you're going to have to beat me with that plan before I run this card. 1/2 flyer for 2 feels so bad that I have not yet seen it justify itself based on the acknowledging game-winning potential of giving a bunch of stuff flying. I don't think it's fine. I don't know. Show me the to 17 lands. Show me the excellent numbers for Stonerise Spirit. $53.2 in hand. That's below average, Fenor. Site-wide average is, what, 54.3 or something? I don't know. I think of a fine card as above average. And I think anything that's strictly this below average is, I wouldn't call it fine. You don't want to play below average cards. Yeah, but you want to play like first day over Make Your Mark? I guess we're not super aggro. I mean, I'm willing to cut this card too, but you're not going to convince me that Stonerise Spirit is some good include. I think this card is not fine. Yeah, I also think this is just showing us that this deck isn't good. Do you really want to do this one? Like, what are we doing it for? We're doing it because we have Flame Painter and Return Pass Caller to get our inspiration back. You know? Nah, I'm just gonna abandon ship. I don't think this is right, gang. We took a look. It's not horrible, but it doesn't seem better. It seems obviously worse than the green-black to me. And I just want to make sure this still has the Cauldron out. Yep. Rakdos. The red wasn't very deep, though. And if we lose the green, we just lose too many cards. Just gonna run it as we had it and take it as far as it goes. It's early, though, so if we lose coming up, we're gonna have some extra time. I would say I'll either do a fresh sealed build. Like, if I lose the next game or two, in the next, like, 2 games, we'll do something else and maybe do some fresh sealed builds on MTGA draft. Gonna keep this. Pledge Mage can't come down yet, but I can't quite throw this back. Doomblade makes this a nicer keep. Leech gives us something to do besides Doomblade. We'll do that. And if offered, block the Amplemancer for sure. All right. Well, let's go with the Honor Troll and offer up the Fanatic. I'd be fine with that trade. Oppo stuck. We're a little stuck. At least I got a Doomblade and attend the pests if they go to kill our own thing. Get some value out of it. Do we have a link to export to make our own builds? What do you mean? Of this pool? Or, oh yeah. I see what you're talking. You're talking about that other site. Bunch of uncastables with the double green. We knew we were pressing our mana a little bit, but we do have a Professor we can play now. I'm going to start with an attack, though. Oppo stuck on 3. And on 1 color. Publicly available sites based on publicly available information isn't shady or cheaty. It's just... It's the same tools literally everybody has access to if they choose to use them. You're setting yourself up for trouble if you make unpoliceable things against the rules. So even if you're like, if I could magically make people not do this, I would. You can't, so you don't make it illegal because you can't police it. We took a look at the lore hold, and it just was clearly not better than this. At least it was to me. Struggling to find us a match here, but we'll get there soon, I'm sure. All right. Boo earns. Not much to be happy about here. Any land gives us a professor on 4, and we're on the play. Is that enough to keep, or do we throw this back? I'm on the edge. The double pledge mage on 5 is not bad either, and we can cast those with any 2 lands. If we were on the draw, I'd be worried we might get run over here, but on the play, I actually think we have time to get to Zoomancy and hold, so let's keep. Swim Down wanted the mole. Flamingo, our opponent, has mulliganed. Swamp is our ideal draw, basically. Get the professor ready and set up the tend. Well, gotta play at least. This thing is scary as all heck, but we have an eliminate for it when we find ourselves some black mana. Don't mind that too much. I just need the swamp, though. That's the only thing I mind here. Yeah, it's just best of 1. Any best of 1 is going to have the smoother. But there is best of 3 sealed, so it's not about sealed, it's about best of 1. In best of 3, you will not get hand smoothing. Swamp us. Not what we asked for, but we got a professor anyway. And now if we get a swamp next turn, we can pledge mage eliminate. Good thing here is Professor blocks the elite even with 1 more spell cast. Yeah, Brian, best of 1 on Arena uses a hand smoother that I helped design, in fact, that basically imagine 2 copies of your deck. 2 complete copies of your deck. It draws a hand off of each, and then gives you the result that leans towards your average mana distribution. So, all right, we found it. We got what we wanted. We are, unfortunately, they've got a Pledge Mage 2 that's pretty scary, but we got to get rid of this Elite. I mean, they're both doing the same thing, but Elite doubles its counters eventually. So we start here, and then do this. Yeah, I guess we swing first, see if they block. Sure. Not attacking with this and attacking with this either way. Yeah, Snakeskin Veil was a possibility, but we took the risk and it worked out. Well, what a lovely little draw. I was going to go for a Pledge Mage, but with this thing being big and scary and us getting a ton of damage through, I'm just going to go ahead and Doomblade the Pledge Mage. Can make a case for playing Pledge Mage and Doomblade the turn after, but I don't know. Felt like a good turn to just get that damage in, get this Pledge Mage pumped. We did a build. We did our best build of Lorehold, and it just looked straight worse than this. So we just stuck with it. Duress is going to be our only play of the turn if we cast it. Might be worth doing. They're down to 2 cards. It's like now or never, but they can't really do very good blocking here. I think we just don't worry about the Duress and we just focus on back-to-back 5/5s. Scotty says do the Duress. I mean, we have good attacks. That's the thing. Since we have good attacks anyway, like I don't even need a 5/5 out of this. I think we just run out 5/5s until they have an answer. And we offer these and say, what do you want to do about it? That's great. If we draw a Swamp next turn, we can Pledge Mage and Duress. That's another reason to do it this way. We actually have out land draws that give us 2 spell. All right, with these squared, I'm just going to go Symmetrist, and we can even Duress first, and then Symmetrist. So that's a nice two spell turn. Well, negate the Duress, sure. Send everything? Like, I'm wondering if we care about whether they eat the pest or not. I guess I don't need to let them eat the pest. Yeah, it could be subtraction, but make them have it. I think they're just going to block a big thing and trade. There's pausing, but they have a loot ability on a creature that explains all the pausing we're seeing. All right, that was enough. Well, I was worried we were going to bomb out of this with only a couple of wins, but we've strung a couple together here. Yeah, -4 doesn't stop our 5 powers from trading for the Death Toucher, for example. How is 10 the pests? Not great so far. We kind of have, partly we have it in because we have the 11-10 rare for 4 mana. It's really, really good with. It's pretty reactionary, right? You are mostly looking to respond to removal with it, but I think it's just got enough application that we should keep it, even though it's not performing super well. I like this. Nothing to do on 2 right now, but Pledge Mage into Field Trip, equip Boots, all seems good. How about a 2-drop creature deck? A little leech or something. That is not a 2-drop, not 2 to the 3rd power drop. That's all right. Field Trip's gonna help us get here. Yikes! This thing is scurry as heck, and we don't really have anything to do for it right now. But I'm going to go Pledge Mage first, so the Field Trip triggers it. Might go Pledge Mage, Spectre, Field Trip, Boots. That probably makes a lot of sense. But this thing is going to dominate if Oppo has any kind of hand for it. So brace yourselves. Hey, I was calling for the Leech Fanatic, but showed up a little late. A little late there, Leechy buddy. We could play the Leech and put on some boots and get up in the air. But we can also just get up in the air with the Spectre. This thing's going to fly, though, and be a problem. I'm going to go with the max mana here and just Spectre. Indeed. It is really one of the big reasons we put this in the deck. The boots are playable in just about any deck with enough creatures, but this is our only flyer in the deck, so we wanted play against opposing flyers that didn't require us to point every piece of removal at the latest flying threat. So Zephyr Boots provides a great defense in the air, and indeed, these boots were played for blocking. That's just what they'll do. Powerful spells from Oppo. Let's see what we can do about that. Tapped, so we don't even get to play the Leech Fanatic. Boo earns. We are in a tight spot, although I would observe that so far the Dean of Radiance has only put 1 counter on anything around here, so that's not the worst. And what do we want to do? I guess we need to get rid of that Dean. We can go ahead and get the Necrotic Fumes to do that. Introduction to Annihilation also gets it done. What do you think is the way to get rid of this? I guess we don't have any spare creatures for sacrificing. So, yeah, we don't have the black anyway, so that kind of answers the question, doesn't it? I was going to go for the Annihilation anyway, and I think the lack of double black just seals the deal, right? We're behind the 8 ball, but
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
anything from Strix yet. Oh my goodness. Hat, your choice. What do you want to show double D's? No, I don't think so. I can look for one that I haven't done yet that might be hooked up. Let's see. I'll do this one because it's a card in hand at least. This isn't a hat one though.
Bring in the bookworm.
That cut off a little early. I'll have to tweak that one. Maybe it... Still looking for some mana to get to the worm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now, yeah, I think we just have to get rid of this thing. We're at a fairly low life, but this thing is going to continue to be a problem. Let's get it. And I'm going to stay back on D at 13 life, facing a 2-2 with a 2-3. All right, well, they didn't attack with a pest, so at least they're suggesting they don't have tricks to get through the defenses that we do put up here. And Pledge Mage, with a land draw, we can even go Pledge Mage Fanatic. And I wouldn't mind the land draw getting us to the Bookworm. Crushing Disappointment. I'm going to play the Pledge Mage for now. I don't think we can take a turn to disappoint and end up, like, if we don't find black mana, we cast no creatures, so we just gotta cast this Pledge Mage. And then we actually get some life back when we do cast the Disappointment if this lives. Yeah, Study Break is GG, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's effectively GG. Not literal on the spot, but effective. Well, we got blocks. If they swing away, we have reasonable blocks to then try to stabilize next turn with Fanatic. But with their learning here, it could just be over on what they learn. Feeling like this is about to end. Huh, that's a weird one to get, but I guess. Oh, just because we have a bunch of blocks. I mean, can even do both of these. Like now, but now we can, this helps, because now they have to decide, and we can trade Leech Fanatic for the Orator. Although it's going to fly, I guess, so that's trouble, never mind. Bootsy Titan, though, if they only attack with the Orator, we'll take it and then fly the Titan next turn. Yeah, but we get the block with the thing we feed. That's the thing. So, yes, but you do get, like, if they hadn't killed that, we would get to block with the Leech Fanatic to prevent the attack, the damage, and then sack the Fanatic to the Titan. So that was what I was thinking. Hello. Is that good enough? I mean, 11 pests is good, but I don't know if it's good enough. Like, I guess we have an instant, though, so let's start with, yeah, sack, and then equip a pest. Then we can threaten a double block. Equip boots first. What is the... but if we're going to sack it here... Yeah, I think we get some fly. Yeah, that's all we got, really. If we get another point of power up in the air, we can threaten to block the Orator and then have a chance. Well, we did it. I don't know if we're going to win the game, but we did it. We tended the pests, our 11 power creature. Start sending some of those. 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. We're quite a ways off from the Bookworm here. But we can start activating the Spectre, get some life back potentially. Let's see how stable we are, how stable Oppo says we are. Yeah, we field tripped it. Oh, I didn't do the meme, though. I should give you a field trip meme.
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick, huh?
Oppo in the tank, that's good news usually. Got a double block and cross fingers, and then keep making flying pests from here. Well, there's Quintorius. You can go look at Hat's meme if you want to see what that could have been. Now we are way staying back, and we will crush with disappointment at the end of their turn if we feel like we can get away with it. I think we do, but we don't need to do it now. I mean, they're like 5, 6, 7. If we spent 4 to draw, we get 3 mana. We might find Illuminate or Doomblade, but I don't think we do it now. But yeah, I like looting and moving the boots. That's perfectly fine. Let's do that. I like discarding the Bookworm. We can get it back later, and this gets us life immediately. Although we could ditch the Disappointment. But Worm we can get back later, so I'm going to ditch it. It's a good thing to loot. And then Cram Session is nice and helpful. Let's see what we go get. 5 mana. What do we want for 5? What do we want to learn for 5? We can get the Fumes and kill the Quintorius. That seems important. Wait a turn? No, I don't want to let him untap with that thing. Yeah, we can set an upkeep stop 5, 6, 7. We got to decide when we actually want this back in. Like, we could put this third from the top and hope we find land before we draw it again, but we don't really want to draw this again until we know for sure we're going to have the 8 land. Pillar drop, always scary to see. Just means they're going to get back something great. Something great. Lightning Helix, Hunt, Rise. Ugh. All scary. Rise is exile, and so if we play the Bookworm... Like, so what is this about? Just accepting that this will die and they can get it back? That's fine. Still got to make the offer. Rise hits creatures only. Yeah, so I mean, but it's fine with us. Like, if they want to make that sequence. Here. Now I think we Crushing Disappoint and then attack and plan our loot based on that. Oh yeah, sorry. Secret Reach. Secret Reach. I forgot I had an upkeep stop. I thought that was our main phase. All right, we get Troll at least. Campus and Troll. And then we can put Bookworm back on upkeep. Yeah, if we Bookworm, they exile with the removal in the yard. All right, so they're looking to whittle us away here. I'm gonna call the block. I think the Pilgrim is just looking to loop, but I'll go ahead and take a double block here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this back in the library. They have an answer for it, but let's make them have to use that answer on that. And we still get value out of it. We get a card draw and life. Symmetrist, interesting, but doesn't actually get us through the pillar drop. But maybe we can get them to kill this. We could also just play the Professor. Well, let's go to the main. Don't really have... Yeah, it's true that if they use the pillar drop, it gives us good attacks again. I'm actually trying to... At 22, we can't quite justify trying to get in with a go-wide strategy here, so... I'm going to go... I'll just play the Professor here. Doesn't really matter. Play one of these two things. Yeah, the Professor represents the most power, but we're not really doing much attacking and blocking. There you go, they had removal, and they'll use it on that anyway. Apparently the Professor was not in their own class. I don't know if I have the flunk one in, do I? I don't have a flunk meme. Do one of you meme makers make me a flunk meme that I have forgotten? Well, we can play the Symmetrist and technically Scry, but we want the Bookworm anyway. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Yeah, I could have looted that away, but we don't have attacks. I mean, the pillar drop is in the way anyway, so we're not really looting. But holding the land for future loot's not the worst idea either. Yeah, I could move the boots. I just don't know what it does for us. I mean, it gives us a better block on the Inkling. It's just the game right now is all about this Warden and how it's holding off our team and threatening to get a good spell back for Oppo, but it can't do both, so that's interesting. I could scry here, but we know what's coming and I want it, so we're just going to take that. Yeah, Honor Troll is vigilant as well. Yep, Pillar Drop is going to get them Rise, but then we get the blocker that's ruining our day out of the way, and we can actually start attacking. We kind of force Oppo's hand and clear the skies enough to get going. Yeah, definitely holding future lands, and should have even held the one I played, because if we are expecting to eventually start looting again, I'd want that land for looting. Minor inefficiency that we'll see how much of a toll it takes. This is all, I mean, they also get to learn here. I mean, it's a 2-for-1. Granted, our Worm got us a card as well. All right, Expanded Anatomy, all things considered, not the worst, although they can make big enough flyers to trade with our biggest thing booted up. Nope, draw a card and discard. It's not optional, but I'm glad they're not... Loot, I like it. Make loot not optional. Make people do it. So, could also just trade Symmetrist for the Pledge Mage. We do have a troll in the air that clocks in and is going to get there. So, I kind of like taking the trade. I was thinking I was going to try and get there with the Symmetrist, but I like this. This is fine. Just seeing how much mana that leaves us, so we can do this and still move the equipment. Let's do that. Can even start conceivably attacking with pests. We'd lose one of them to here, but really start doing a lot of damage. Them down to one card, it could be worth it to start doing that. And Honor Troll getting us extra life along the way. I'm going to start doing that. Yeah, I think it's time to turn sideways with our go wide, especially with the Pledge Mage. Both Pledge Mages coming down soon. Discard the land. And I guess we'll move the boots to the bigger thing. Telegraphs, we don't have any instants in hand or whatever, but I think, you know, move the boots while we have the mana. Double Pledge Mage doesn't do too much here. What do we want to... I guess we only have this in the air. We got enough on the ground. I'm not going to send Suicide into the 2 new creatures that Oppo has added, but we will send the Pledge Mage and then play a couple Pledge Mages. $11-12 on the... yeah, I should put a upkeep stop for the scry now. Good call. And let's move the boots to Troll. Although moving boots around means maybe we don't do this. I'll think about it. Combat Prof. Ah, there you go. Good move, Oppo. That definitely makes it harder for us. Might be game, but I still have hope. We got a lot of action here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. We can spend 5 of it. 5 of our 9 to scry. Oh, I can't look at my deck because wait, even that's not working. Yeah, archive tax. That again, with the archaic tax, might just have to draw a natural land or natural spell so that we can pay the tax. I think I'm going to just draw naturally here. Yeah, bummer. Bummer. I did, yeah, certainly my words affected the software, I believe it. So... yeah, we're going to scry at the end of their turn for sure. Just trying to figure out if we have attacks here. 5/5 sent into this probably gets double blocked and traded for. That's not the worst. 5/5 and 6 pests. The pests, I guess if they don't want to block the Pledge Mage and eat the pests, we're okay with that. So not these Pledge Mages, and I don't know about the Troll. If we give them the, like, do we want to let them eat the Troll? Yeah, send all maybe is just what we do. Like, maybe just send all. Troll is good here, but... yeah, we gain more life with the Troll, but we're trying to get back... I'm going to send all. I think they can't help but give us some life back. And if they trade off for them, it's fine. If they don't, we get a lot of damage in. We're kind of up against it now and need some help. I'm out of, well, not out of hourglasses. I kind of made a decision without fully having an entire picture of how that plays out. But I've made the choice. Let's see how it goes. And do I let him know we're out of action here? I think so. With the scry coming, we'll find some real action, right? Try to keep him a little bit nervous. You think I'm in the driver's seat? Maybe. Maybe. We are pretty wide here, but they got a lot of recursion, a lot of value. Lots going to be decided based on the strength of this scry. Doomblade, is that useful? Might be okay. I think we got to get rid of the 4/4, right? If we get rid of the 4/4, our attacks just become so much better. We can pay for that pretty easily. Kill the biggest body. Kill the prof. You think prof is the threat? Interesting. Like, but don't we threaten to win? Like, if we kill the Archaic, they have 4 blockers and no cards. And then we have 1, 2, 3, we have 9 attackers. Like, don't we just win? I think we just win. So that it doesn't matter. Five, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I guess they get it's one off. But they got to do a ton of blocking here. I think this is good. I miscounted my attackers. I thought we had 9. We only have 8. But yeah, this is pretty darn close to a winning. I'm not going to pretend on this anymore. Did not like our chances in this one, but we got our little combo, and it actually did the thing. We got 10 the pests with our Demogoth Titan, and it's the difference in this one. Oppo in the tank on the scry. Hopefully that means this is ours, and they're just... Yeah, when I used to do Magic writing, I would do draft write-ups, and I would refer to Oppo in my draft write-ups historically as villain. That's a poker thing. What is this? I think we still win.
It feels good to get back to the battlefield.
But yeah, in poker, when you dissect a poker hand, when you explain your poker hand to somebody, people use the terms hero and villain. Because when you do a poker hand, you're generally doing it from the perspective of somebody playing the hand, so they're the hero, and anybody left in the hand that they're up against is villain. Yeah, Oppo spun a lot of wheels there, but didn't have a way to finish. All right, I'm gonna have a hair toss on that.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
We're almost break even. Get one more win, we get our gems back. What a rip. this format, this structure is so... No, we're not profitable yet. We actually need to win one more before we're profitable. Yeah, and even then it's only profitable based on expectations from gem stuff. All right. Yeah, that was a long ago tending the pests. All right. With this, I'm going to go for the Dean. We have the Dean mana. I could go for the 1/1, but we can do boots on one. I'm going to go boots on one. Although, you know, starting to loot right away wouldn't suck either. But I'm going to go boots on one, and then we'll see. We might play this on two, but I really would like to play the Dean of the Root. Well, decision time, because we don't have anything else to do, and we don't have anything else to do next turn. So we could be taking 2 turns off if we don't play the Dean of the Vein. Anybody want to do Dean of the Vein, or are we getting greedy and going for the Root? I think I'm still on Root plan. PD likes going for the Menace now. Yeah, it does get us looting next turn. That's the thing. We did draw some extra lands, so we can start pitching lands. I'm going to go with my greed. I'm feeling like we are not under pressure here. And because it's me, everything came up Millhouse anyway. Found something to do.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Took me so long to find my Millhouse meme. By the time I played it, it didn't really come up Millhouse for us anymore, but I still like the going for the Dean here. See if they have anything for this. If they send in, are we blocking? At this point, they've waited long enough that I think I might. It would seem like a bluff to me, but we'll see. Yeah, they're sending in. But they're also making that fly. Yeah, Defiant Strike could do it. I'm not going to block. I'm not going to trade this card. Well, it looks like I am going to trade that card, but not the way I wanted. So, I'm doing Hunt, and then we can Leech Fanatic, or we can just play some more, we can do Pest Summoning. What do we need? Inkling? Yeah, Inkling stops the poet. That's a good call, Rob. I guess we just get the Inkling. I get it, but that was too valuable a card to me. I mean, if the Dean lives and we get to start gaining life, then and we had Hunt for a Specimen, so we could, in my mind, we were gonna have 3 pests and a Dean to help them grow, and that was worth it. Being a little cautious about blocking with it. So that's rough, and I think we need to now, even though it's going to get us low on life, we need a Crushing Disappointment and fall back on Leech Fanatic. Trouble is, Leech Fanatic flying doesn't actually stop the Shield Mage, so we need to, I want to go find something that can help us with the Shield Mage, even though this is going to hurt to do so. Cram Session, not the worst there in terms of getting us some life and getting us an answer to this. We can go find our Annihilation. Are we going to be too low on life? I mean, it's going to cost us 3 life to kill this thing. We're going to take 3 life from it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need a land on top to be able to Cram Session and play the Annihilation. So... yeah, hopefully we can Cram Session now if we want to, but I think we need to Leech Fanatic to block to represent a block on the first year. Ideal draw is a basic land so we can Cram Session and Annihilate. But if Oppo comes up with something else threatening in the air, we could just be done for. Yeah, Fumes is another way to go. Maybe Fumes is just better. It gives us life from sacking the pest. We're going to try a trade here. Cross fingers. Oh, that's pretty brutal. Oh yeah, it's exile, so we wouldn't gain life. Good point. All right, so we didn't find our land, which means we absolutely need to kill the 3/3, and we're still in trouble even if we do that. So, oh yeah, Reach is, sorry, I was like, oh, Reach does it, so we'll Reach and we can Cram and Reach. Good call, gang. And do we want Introduction to Annihilation or the Fumes? Still get Fumes, right? Boy, we need this Symmetrist to live, and if Oppo wanted to miss the sneaky Reach, I wouldn't hate that, but we'll see. I mean, if they attack, we don't have much choice. We're going to block and try to trade for something. Uh-oh, they're looking at our Reach creature and reading it. That's no fair. Demigoth put it up in the air. That gives us 2 things that fly. I'm down for that. 2 things that block flyers, I should say. Rob wants to exile the Spectre. I don't feel like I need to do anything yet. Fumes is a sorcery. Pledge Mage. I'm going to go Pledge Mage and continue to hold. We're at risk of being, removal getting us, but we have 2 things that can handle flyers right now, so can't do both Mage and Fumes, but next turn looks good. Fumes is not an instant. That's one of the things we learned early on. All of the lessons are sorceries. So you can't have somebody go fetch a lesson and use it on you mid-combat or something. Yeah, I guess this is a riskier blocker, since if they take out our pest or something, then we don't have any great choices. So yeah, we can move it to the Pledge Mage. I like that. Hand dump from Oppo. We need some action here. That ain't action. Could hold lands for potential loots. Do we want to even attack with the Pledge Mage? What do they got? They got, if they could double block with Spectre, I guess we could, like, sack the Pest to Necro the Spectre, and then Pledge Mage is a decent attack. And because they're also at 6, so they can start draining, so we're going to need to kill this anyway. I kind of like that. And then we can move Boots if we need to as well. Argument for just getting rid of the Titan, but now we're going to hold and hope we can make more use of that. Is it too aggressive to attack? I'm going to do it. We're at 12. They don't have much going on. I really want to turn this swamp into something else. Hey, that's a good something else. Now I don't need to move the Boots. I can just play a flying blocker. Yeah, it's true. They can't really leave the air open, or we could just get to move the Boots to the Titan and swing and win. Boy, we're up against it on this one too, right on the edge here. Another spot. Yeah, we can start draining him out with Spectre, but I still like attacking with the Pledge Mage. This is, I mean, they've only got the 2 flyers. At some point, they gotta trade double block or not, but I'm gonna leave the Spectre back. We're gonna keep just sending this 5/5. That's great. If they're at this stage, we are happy, unless they've got something to break this up, of course. But let's make them have it. That's pretty huge, and we can play the swamp so that we can move the Boots and activate the Spectre. And I'm going to put it on the Titan. We may end up just swinging away with this next turn for the win. They need to show a flyer, or we have a threat for lethal right here. Yeah, but Poet does not fly on blocks. Yeah. Hey, perfect draw is like, are we going to risk it or not? We have to give up a creature to threaten the lethal, but now we get to threaten the creature we want. We get to lose the creature we want. Perfect draw, and we're gonna threaten lethal.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Hey! How about it? I was all ready to see this event go to the wayside like an hour ago. We've racked up the wins since. We even get a profit meme now. Well, let's see if we can qualify with this deck. I have, PD, I have. Yeah, Titan has been a factor. Seems like strikeout home run. It's been very good, or it's been a liability. Good game, Mike. Crawled back in that. We even top decked a pest maker so that it was a no risk send with the 11 power. Nothing to do on until 3, but we got great action after 3, so we're going to keep this, no problem. Cram session. Dig that spell. What's Oppo going to get with it? The old Inkling summoning, a classic. Well, we didn't find anything to do on 2. But I like getting going with Pledge Mage on 3 into Field Trip on 4. Or Crushing Disappointment on 4 even. Definitely want to get these Pledge Mages going, though. Kind of ideal draw is a Duress now. Play Pledge Mage and Duress their hand. That would be sweet. Watch it, Siriana. There's going to be a Pledge Mage that shows up right behind you and kills you. Or perhaps you make a bargain with, a Faustian bargain with. I don't know if it's Beetlejuice or Candyman, but one of the two is coming for you now. Is it Candyman that's the other one that's say it in the mirror 3 times? I know Beetlejuice is 3 times, but I can't remember the other one. Professor of Zoomancy would be the max mana. Or Crushing Disappointment to ensure 5th land and Pledge Mage growth. I don't trust that our Pledge Mage is going to live through all this open mana, honestly. We could just Field Trip to ensure that we get our 5th land and we get a little bit of action on the Pledge Mage. I'm going to send in Pledge Mage and just play the other Pledge Mage. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, Field Trip is okay too, I guess. It's like, I'm just trying to figure out how greedy to be with the second Pledge. Crushing is an instant, that's true. We can see what they do, but I'm not sure I want to play Crushing this turn. I think this is a mistake this turn. I think we build the board or not, and if we're going to build the board with creatures, then it doesn't matter. I'm going to send the Pledge Mage, see what they do. Thank you, Mama. Appreciate that gifting of our Oppo. Well, let's see what they do here. Because now we can go Crushing Disappointment, and if they block, actually win combat still. Alright, if they weren't going to block, I would have just built out the board more, but since they're blocking, I'm going to go ahead and Disappoint. And, sorry, I owe you a meme, too. We actually have a meme for that one.
Why are there so many?
Alright, well, they ended up getting us with the Eliminate. But It was a fair trade of cards in the end. A fair trade of cards in the end. We have Titan 10 the Pests, but I think we just go with the Pledge Mage here. You like Titan now, but Titan doesn't do anything right now, right? We'll do this one. Big Pledge Mage, and then we'll see what we find. Oh boy.
All right, everyone, chill.
We're getting dangerously low on life now is the problem, so what are we going to do about that? You like 10 the 5/5? Well, 10 is an instant, right? So what about Titan and then... yeah, Mage and Field Trip is another thing we could do. We're losing health in the air, though. That worries me. Well, because 10 the Titan doesn't win the game? Like, Fenrir, what's your plan? Tending the Titan. Hooray, we've tended the Titan! And then in a couple turns we lose to 2 power flyers in the air. Like, I don't understand the plan. How does it get us life? I gotta decide here. Boy. I'm gonna go Field Trip. Take a turn. That gets us to 9. Gets us, we can get something, you know, summoning for the air even is not bad here. Tough spot. I'm not sure I like that, that line. I'm not sure that was the best line, but I was out of hourglasses, had to decide, did something. It's going to be timing-wise. Marshall is just a little behind me on when he shows up, so we'll see. All right. Now, with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, we are going to Summoning for sure, and... or we could Bookworm. Bookworm could keep us alive. We get to 3 life. We get 5. They can attack for 4. But I think we want to go... I think we want the summoning out, though. Although Bookworm does mean that they kill the like if they kill the summoning, we just lose. Well, Bookworm, well, summoning plus, yeah, yeah, we do need the life. Okay, so I guess we have to Bookworm and hope. Have to keep the Pledge Mage back in case they find removal. We don't want to lose to a single removal. How is Bookworm lethal? I don't understand. They're at 22. now we have 2 flyers, so we're back in it with 2 flyers. And Mike says we're dead to removal anyway. Are we? Do I send this because we're dead to removal anyway? No, because then they get, we need to block everything. No attacks. I did the math. Don't worry, Scotty. I did the math. I was just checking. Better than me not checking. That's what I miss damage all the time from presuming I don't have attacks. So we're still very dangerously up against it, right? Because we didn't attack because it would mean we were just dead, which means that if they have 1 piece of removal, we are just dead. And that should be it, right? All right. Well, we made a nice run. I didn't expect necessarily to get to 6 with this. But Oppo did what they needed and got there. I like how we played this. Mostly, I feel like maybe a Ben Stark or a top player did better in this game than we did. I made some hasty decisions based on low hourglass counts and everything. Yeah, no, I'm admitting it, Brian. I don't think we played that as well as we could have, and could have found a win here. And I don't know. I'd have to go look back and look at that, Fenor. I think maybe we can race him with the pests, but that was at a time that they had 4 power in the air, and we had no air defense, and we were at 8. So I question whether pests get us there. We had 2 turns. We don't get to attack the first time, so they bring us to 4. I mean, we can send a flood of pests in, but then they get us to 0, right? Yeah, I guess we get to 5 or something. Maybe that extra turn on the clock is the difference. Maybe so, Fenor. I don't know. That was tough, but I know I didn't play that game as well as it could have been played. Ultimately, a pretty good run for the deck, but it would have disappointed me if at 6-2 I blew it on the verge of making day 2. So this was close to a day 2 run, but then we came up short on some misplays in the final game. So, well, maybe I got him out of the way for this one, and we'll be ready for Saturday, right? Yeah, I agree with Brian that I think the air defense was needed, but the extra life and 1 extra turn might have been enough with 11 pests. I'm not sure. But yes, 5 pests and an 11/11 we could attack with, also interesting. Yeah, but like not being hindsighty about it, not being Roddy about it, I can't say for sure. Super interesting run, though. We were up against it early and managed to string together some and stick with it a little bit. So fun run in the end anyway. Thank you so much, YouTube friends, for hanging out for that one. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. And I hope I make fewer mistakes on Saturday when it counts. See you next time.